I always avoided this sort of spiritual woo-woo world. If you were looking in, you would think my life's great. I look back now and I think it's a shame I didn't have the tools I have now.
Well, you were brought up in a Buddhist culture.
Yes.
Is that why people are nice in Thailand?
People are just so happy because we love food.
I didn't drink or smoke for 25 years, and I took acid when I was younger. I took LSD, and I never tried ayahuasca, and I always kind of wanted to. That blew my little mind. You studied your sushi? Don't think too much. This was a dangerous neighborhood, you know, you wouldn't want to go there alone.
When you're born ginger, you're different from the old.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Wigan.
You're a northern boy. So what was that boy growing up in Wigan like?
Well, so in the north, you come from Wigan, you have to play rugby.
Yeah.
So started off,
Obviously,
can't play anything else. Want to be a rugby player. I've got an older brother who's a rugby player. So very competitive, I guess.
When did the moment come? What was the change?
My change came later on, about 35 years of age. I'm 49. 49, yeah. What I've realised is I still think of me as a kid, like young, still a bit stupid.
Yeah.
Where when I was 20, I thought I knew everything. As I'm getting older now, I'm realising, oh, maybe I don't know as much as I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And when would you first get that feeling that you were different?
Well, when you're born ginger, you're different from the old.
Yeah.
But
and when did you leave Wigan?
So I left Wigan when I was 18. I went to Sheffield University and then got into the nightclub industry. And then when I was in just before 30, got into the financial industry.
Okay, so you were in finance?
Yeah.
In the city of London?
So I did spend some time living in London, about 2 years, but most of it was overseas.
But you don't look like a finance guy.
I look like security.
But what did you do in finance?
Yeah, so I started off as a wealth manager, I guess.
What do people actually truly, what's it like being in the wealth management business and dealing with those people and being in finance and making lots of money, I suspect? What's it really like? What's the inside?
You know, I actually really enjoyed my job.
Did you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Because it was intellectually stimulating?
I actually like meeting people and sort of getting to know one's problem solving, I guess. Taking something what seems complex, bringing it into the real world. I really like that.
I think you're good with people. Already in our conversation, I pronounced Oscar wrong. Yeah. And you said, maybe you're right.
Yeah, probably.
It was that generosity. Is that your special magic, do you think? Or?
I don't know, probably how I got brought up. My mum was a teacher, religious teacher, so we got brought up with good morals, I guess. But I get interested in people. Like bouncing ideas off people and being a designer. You like bouncing that. We studied you at university.
You studied your sushi?
Yeah, so we studied Yo Sushi, and then I think it was one of the trips we went down to London. We went into one of the Yo Sushi places, and it was the one with Yo Below.
Yo Below, yeah.
And I was over the moon that you could serve beer on your own table. Yeah.
And smoke extracting ashtrays. Going overseas, where were you around the world?
Yeah, so at the time I was living and working in Dubai.
Dubai,
if you were looking in, you would think my life's great. Big American car, living in a 5-star hotel, apartment, skydiving every weekend, more money than I've ever earned in my life.
And what was it really like inside?
Yeah, I look back now and I think it's a shame I didn't have the tools I have now, how to deal with life. But at the time, I had burnout. I didn't know it at the time. Looking back,
there were good times.
Yeah, I mean, I'd actually say there were good times when he had no money. When I was a student or working in the nightclub industry, when he had no money, that seemed like the good times. When I was making all the money, when I was doing everything I thought I wanted to do, I wasn't happy, but I didn't know I wasn't happy.
And how did that change come about?
Yeah.
I mean, was there a moment?
Not really. Well, there was. I can sort of pinpoint it to a rough time when being a skydiver. So I've done hundreds of skydives. Yeah.
1,000, 2,000,
yeah,
3,000.
all that. And free flying, and in Dubai they had...
Adrenaline, was that?
Was that
what you were looking for?
Oh yeah, I'm a default stress head. I was bald at age 18. I like the stress world. I like jumping out planes, done the biggest bungee jumps in the world, snowboarding. But I had no knowledge or understanding that it's good to push yourself, but you need something
What
to
was
bring
the
yourself
moment
back.
that you got to explore that inner world?
And the moment was when I realized I didn't feel accomplishment when I did my 100 skydive. And I remember landing thinking, wow, I thought I was going to have like this yes moment, and I didn't get that. So I ended up quitting my job.
What did you do? You actually quit your job? That's courageous.
Yeah.
Did it take courage?
I think I got to that point where I didn't want to live in Dubai anyway.
Yeah.
So that bit wasn't difficult. The money at that point wasn't really, the money was never a motivator for me. I thought
And
it
where
was.
did you move to?
Well, I actually went traveling. So I went around South America.
Yeah. And is that where you got the ayahuasca thing?
Ayahuasca,
Now, ayahuasca is an interesting drug. I didn't drink or smoke for 25 years. I do have a drink now.
Yeah.
But I took acid when I was younger. I took LSD, and I never tried ayahuasca, and I always kind of wanted to. And the only one I really tried much later on was DMT, the very short one. And that blew my little mind. And in a way, I'm scared, but I'd like to experiment again. What do you say to people about those sort of things?
Well, I actually didn't know anything about it when I did it.
Look, the ayahuasca and DMT are both drugs, and they are potentially dangerous and need to be done very, very carefully.
Sure.
But they are what Aldous Huxley called the doors of perception.
Yeah. And, think of it as a tool, and I think of it more as a brute force tool. There's things out there, certain modalities, meditation, breathwork, other things, which can do similar things. But ayahuasca and DMT, which is in ayahuasca, all these things tend to be a brute force way to add this altered states of consciousness. So don't take it lightly as well. So DMT is in ayahuasca, where you said your experience with DMT was very short. It's about 15 minutes. Ayahuasca will be that for 8 hours.
And is that what you do here? I mean,
no. So I think, it was through the ayahuasca ceremonies. I ended up doing 5 ayahuasca ceremonies. I was in the jungle for 3 weeks. And it was during that, it's about halfway through the experience that I realized, I cried for the first time in probably 20 years.
What did Stu really deep down? How did that change you? What did that change in your life?
Yeah, so when I was crying one day, I realized what a great life I've got. Appreciation, gratitude, love, connection, they're all there. But I've realized...
Which is what the ecstasy generation talked about, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So that was already there, but my mind was so busy doing stuff that I never got the ability to ever feel that. So it was like an emotional and mental reset.
Yeah.
And then I then discovered breathwork, where we can get the same thing, but in a self-controlled, safe manner.
So I'm just shouting here to Kam to come in, because I want to hear what it's like being with this man.
With a Wigan.
And he's got to put his ears like this.
He changed my life.
In what way? How did that affect you, Kam? This is your partner in business in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
He changed my life in any way because we different culture, but we bonding like similar, like how we grow up, quite tough.
Like working class.
And then he taught me like so many things because his life been through so many. Like
but you were brought up in a Buddhist culture.
Yes.
So you learned from the monks.
I learned from because when we young we go to the temple all the time.
And tell me about that, because I mean that is a normal thing to do. Buddhism is not a religion, is it? I mean, Buddhism is a learning thing. Yeah.
We just say,
so what was it like as growing
teacher.
up? Yeah. Is that why people are nice in Thailand? Do you think it's because of Buddhism?
Buddhism, but the culture, I think we call like land of smile.
Yeah.
People are just so happy because we love food.
Yeah.
Thailand food is amazing.
Honestly, they talk about food.
Well, look at my belly. I was lean before the
other thing they all say is don't think too much. Yeah. And it's a very good thing. My wife's always saying don't think too much. And it's very good for me because this was a dangerous neighborhood. You wouldn't want to go there alone. And don't think too much is very, very good. But they also talk about food. Yeah. Whereas we talk about politics and this and that and the other. They talk about food. And it's a very good way of connecting with each other.
Yeah. And like you say, like your wife said, don't think too much. Yeah. I always tell him like, don't think too much. Like sometimes you think ahead, like, oh, if this happen, this happen. But if it's not happen, you waste your energy to be stressed already. I just say, like she's saying, like your wife mentioned, just when things happen, just don't think too much.
But what I've discovered from all this and then meeting my wife is that you need to think a lot to be successful in business, but you also need the ability to not think too much, because then you feel the joys of your labor. You need the balance of both. Yeah. I always avoided this sort of spiritual woo-woo world because my default brain was like, they just look lazy. Yeah, and they've got no money. Now I realize you can have best of both worlds as long as you have the skills to focus and have goals, and also to step back and then enjoy everything you've earned.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Kam, I'm going to say goodbye to you because I want to have him all to myself.
Thank
you have him all the time.
I have him all
I can have him all to myself.